Hey folks, it's Javier here. Um, I'm making a video about Jesus Christ. Yeah, I said it. I'm making a video about Jesus Christ. Okay, so when it comes to explaining the gospel to people, I try to explain it in a way that people understand it. Because I know that like a lot of people get offended when they hear the words like, we're all sinners. And yeah, that offends a lot of people. Well, we are all sinners. I do believe that. Now, let me explain what I mean by that. What is sin? Here's my definition of sin, guys. And this is going to be like kind of an unsatisfactory answer to like average, fundamentalist Christians, all right? Well, sin is corruption. That's it. Sin is corruption. And at the end of the day, let me explain why we are all sinners to the secular mind. Because humanity is corrupt. Think about it this way. And I tried to explain this to some people and they got all offended. But I'm going to be very real with you guys because you guys are my audience. And there's so many mass shootings going on in the world. There's so many wars going on in the world. There's so many people suffering in the world. There's so much greed in the world. There's so much, people stealing and killing and breaking hearts and going out and drinking and partying and doing drugs and selling drugs and all kinds of evil stuff going on in the world. And there's so many bad people in the world. There's so many bad people in the world who just love to do this kind of stuff, who love to steal from others, who love to kill, who love to, do drugs and sell drugs and start wars and fight wars and hurt poor people and all that stuff, At the end of the day, and there's mass shootings going on in America every day, all right? That is sin. That is corruption, And yeah, you're going to say, oh, but a whole lot of us don't do any of that. Well, sure. But how many of you are lying? I know I've lied. Every time you lie, you're committing, that is corrupt. Lying is corrupt. Now you might think, oh, Javier's just going on a rant here. Well, no, I'm not going on a rant here. I'm trying to explain this to a secular mind on why we are all sinners. Okay? Every single lie you told in your life is corruption. It's sin. Okay? Every time you were dishonest with somebody, intentionally, that is corruption. That is sin. Okay? Every time you did something that hurt somebody, that is corruption. That is sin. So in our lives, every single one of us have sinned. And every single one of us is corrupt. And now imagine this. Imagine the fact that God, who is Jesus Christ, God is holy. Jesus Christ lived a holy life. And that is the message of the gospel, is that Jesus Christ was not corrupt. When everybody else in this planet has been corrupt at some point in their lives, Jesus Christ, the Son of God, was the only one that ever existed that was not corrupt from birth to crucifixion. And matching his holiness. And that is what we call holiness. Like you can say, I'm a good person, I take care of my family, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, you've all lied. You've all done something wrong in your life. You've all hurt somebody else. We've all done wrong things in our life. And wrong things cannot stand before a holy God. When you talk about like sexual immorality and unnatural sex practices, sexual perversion, sex before marriage, all that stuff is corruption. Lust, all the lust going on in bars and nightclubs and strip clubs, all that is corruption. And sin is corruption. Sin is corruption, and holiness is purity. So Jesus Christ was the only one that was pure, that was holy. And so sin is corruption, holiness is purity. None of us are pure. We've all done wrong in our life, and all the wrong we've done cannot stand before a God that is pure, a God that is holy. So Jesus Christ, living that holy life, took the penalty for our corruption. Jesus Christ, living that pure life, took the penalty for our corruption. In religious terms, Jesus Christ, living a holy life, took the penalty for our sins. And that, my friends, is the message of the gospel. So the gospel is really about believing in what he did for us. As a pure man, as a holy man, taking the penalty for our corruption as human beings, for our sin as human beings. And we just need to believe that he did that he truly did that he truly did pay the price for our sins, for our corruption, for all of our corruption, 100% of humanity minus him. We just have to believe that he did that he really did die on the cross, and that he really did rise again. And that he really did die on the cross, was buried, and rose again on the third day in fulfillment of all the Old Testament prophecies. And that, my friends, is the gospel. Good news. Gospel is good news. Good news is that Jesus Christ died for our, as a pure man, died for our corruption. Jesus Christ, as a holy man, willingly died for all of our sins. And all it takes is for us to believe that. And that is where salvation is found. Thank you for watching. And also, when it comes to following Christ, it's like, at the end of the day, he set the example for us to follow. And if everybody truly followed the example that Christ set for us, imagine how much better of a world we would be. And trust me, I'm not there. Thank you for watching. This is Javier Blog 208. Like and subscribe. I love you all. I'm always going to be here, same person, and I'll always be me. I'll see you all soon.